Now, on the front page of the Telegraph today, the Reform leader, Nigel Farage, says he would eject hundreds of thousands of legal migrants if he was in power. Here we go. There is the article, their front page lead. He wants to force all migrants who already have permanent residency in the UK to reapply for visas under stricter criteria. They would be then forced to reapply every 5 years, have a better standard of English and earn a higher salary than the current threshold of £35,800 for skilled workers. So they would need to have a clean criminal record and good character. He'd also ban applicants who claimed benefits from remaining in the country and prevent migrants accessing welfare once they've arrived. So it's a retrospective thing, Ron, this. So you say, although you thought you were here, safe and sound, we're changing the rules.
This is just ridiculous, to be fair. He is clearly just playing to his crowd, to his audience, to the masses. Of course, there are issues in this country about migrants and immigrants, but these are legal migrants who have been here already. That he's looking to sort of roll back those applications. Absolutely insane, if you ask me. But he has rolled back before, you see. I remember a few weeks ago during their party conference, he did say something about stopping the boats and turning them back within weeks of being elected. And then he rolled that back and he said he had to clarify. So I'm wondering whether he needs to clarify this again, because on the face of it, it doesn't look at all useful to the country. It doesn't look at all in conjunction with how this country is, which is a welcoming country. I'm an immigrant myself, and when I read this, I wonder why people would even suggest thinking about voting reform.
But the funny thing is about your party, the Conservatives, is that Kemi Badenoch will often look at these policies and then pop up to the right of them. So when he said, we'll send people back to Afghanistan, but not women and children, she said, oh, we'll send the women and children back as well.
No, we as Conservatives, we do believe in controlling our borders. We do believe in having controlled immigration. But we also understand that we have to be compassionate. And there are people here in this country who are here for economic purposes, who are also here for safety reasons and for their families and so on. And I do believe that is the right way to be. But this seems very, very extreme. And I mean, this would mean I have to go back to where I came from in Uganda. This is just preposterous.
Tessa, what do you think?
This is so offensive on so many levels, what's happened here. First of all, it was on the front page of what was formerly known as the Tory graph. I'm now going to rename that nickname. It's the Reform graph, really, isn't it, effectively? Because what Farage is doing is he's directly attacking the Conservatives because he's trying to nail them on what's become known as the Boris wave. The burgeoning number of migrants who came into Britain
legally
but post-Brexit. So he's pinning that directly on the doorstep of the Conservatives and their most popular once-upon-a-time politician, Boris Johnson. And then thirdly, and more broadly, and I think worryingly, is that if we are asking of our migrant population to assimilate, to become more British, because that is the narrative from Reform. It's all about, raising the flag. Surely they're claiming this as a Christian message. Everyone must be included if they're here legally to be able to be included. Now, if you're going to marginalise individuals, if you're going to penalise them, if you're going to say you can't have any welfare, we're going to make you reapply. And by the way, reapplying for visas costs a fortune.
Yeah, but you say all of this, right? You're both anti-reform here. So I'll put their side, which is that they'll win an election with this.
No, they won't.
This is what people want to see.
Actually, I don't believe they will.
Trump did. Trump won an election.
We are not America. We are not America.
I agree with you there. We are not America. This policy does not talk about, it does not at all reflect our British values that have extended beyond this country into the Commonwealth countries such as Uganda, Kenya, East Africa, where I'm based. And I think that when you look at the narrative that Farage is trying to present, he is trying to say that he is a conservative. But this isn't the conservative that I believe in.
Right.
No, he is, because a lot of our conservative friends have actually joined Reform. And I think with this, they should think twice about joining Reform. We need to reform our Conservative Party,
But the
not
problem
form
is
another.
your party keeps tacking towards Farage, playing to his game. It's like the Pied Piper. He's the Piper, and you're all
No,
following
he's
him
tagging
behind
us.
him.
He's tagging
But why
us.
are you letting him drag
He's
you
tagging
left,
us, and
right?
we're going the other way. We're tagging away from
Really?
him. Yes.
You believe that Kemi is going to walk away from this migrant narrative?
She already has.
What's she going to do? Hug a hoodie and hug a migrant? I
She
just don't see
already
it.
has. She
Has
already has. Of course she has.
When?
Our compassionate Conservative principles say that we do allow migrants to come into this country, but we have to be controlled, control our borders. That's the whole purpose of Brexit, the whole purpose of having a sovereign nation.
All right, Alexis, we'll talk about this later. He'll be asked.